I'll sort of approach it from one angle right now, and obviously I'd love to hear more about what everyone else is thinking on this issue because it's such a critical one. And that is sort of my work with Princeton University. One of the things that we've been doing, I'm working with them, the Office of Religious Life at Princeton University, and they launched an initiative, the Religion and Forced Migration Initiative. And within that is a kind of a series of other elements that we've been working on together that focuses on the role that religion plays in the integration of refugees in particular, but forced migrants more generally, after they arrive in the United States. So how do they use religious symbols and ideas to kind of help them with their integration process? And how does the integration process and their sort of resettlement and sort of original displacement affect their religious identity in sort of in its whole? Do they become more religious? Do they fall away from their religion? So on and so forth. One aspect of this that we're using to try and get a better sense is the oral history project. So we are engaged in interviewing refugees from all different walks of life, from all different time periods following their arrival. In doing their oral history, I think we've done about 150 so far. Primarily students have done it. I say we, but I haven't been that involved in the actual oral history project. But it provides a ton of insights into how refugees engage in this sort of struggle sometimes, or this sort of back and forth between their religious life, their religious identity, and their new status as sort of Americans. So that's one bucket. And quickly on the second bucket, to your sort of Christian sort of nationalism, white nationalism, which is emergent at times and in places. One of the other aspects we're looking at is how do local communities respond to the arrival of refugees, and how do these local communities, whether it's parishes or whatever, use religious language in such a way that it's more welcoming to refugees, sort of welcome the stranger kind of rhetoric that the Catholic Church and the Christian traditions use. But how can it also be, how is religious rhetoric used to be oppositional sometimes to the arrival of refugees? And so that's something we're kind of delving into more, where we focus more on the oral history component of refugees themselves. But it's an area that we would like to work on more. So this is calling out to anyone who's interested in that, who's watching, or to Purdue. We'd love to work with you if you have ideas as how we can pursue this kind of research further.